But to be honest with you, like,
But that was
I think, like, I know, like, anybody looking on the outside could say otherwise, but honestly, the way you're going is fine. But not people that don't know you might be like, well, shit, he has back breaking work, this, and that. But I mean, to be honest with you, I already see it. Maybe in 10 years, you ain't gonna be really doing that much lifting. You
no.
know? Yeah, you might do it here and there because you have to. You gotta. To be honest with you, my father does back breaking work, and to be honest
He's
with you,
successful.
he's strong.
I don't mind that. I don't
look,
mind
he's
hard work.
He's in his 60s and he's strong as shit.
I don't mind hard work.
Think about it.
I appreciate hard work.
No, I know, but
I appreciate.
But there's
that hard
difference.
work.
There's a difference between hard work and manual labor work.
Yeah, I don't have manual labor work.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. Manual labor be construction, like a.
Stocking, lifting boxes is manual labor.
No,
Yes, it is.
I wouldn't.
I worked with you at one point. That shit is backbreaking work.
Not. Okay, I see.
The difference is you're in the air conditioned.
The way you see. Okay, but I don't have to do that every day. I have people that do that for me, breaking down shit, and if anything, I'm putting shit up.
Oh, we're supposed to turn this down?
If you want. So, but so I don't know. I don't feel like my shit is. I know there's jobs out there that are real fucking labor, like working on a boat or like construction, real construction, like or.
I think working out in the sun is what you're thinking of.
I think that's
hard manual work.
That's hard labor. That's hard labor. What I do, it's just retail.
Yeah, but I see you past that. In 5 years, you're not gonna really be doing that.
Yeah.
Not even touching a box, really.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. The reason why I say
think
this,
I would miss it if I did.
The reason why I say this is okay. I have a question to ask.
Go ahead.
And this is the reason why I'm saying this. Okay, do you rather have manual labor work or have a job that doesn't require the manual work? In other words, I'm saying, do you think you'll be when you get to 50 years old? Do you think you'll be more preserved by doing manual work or not non-manual work?
What do you mean by preserved?
Like your body. You know, your body, you waste your ligaments and all that crazy shit.
I think I'd be more preserved doing
work or doing more work, like
doing
physical
some
work.
labor work. Doing some labor work. Well, not even labor. Just doing something physical with my body. I don't think I'd have to. I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing now.
You don't need anything, right?
I don't think I'd be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, text them back. I don't think I'd be doing what I'm doing now. But I feel like there's some aspect of what I do now that I appreciate the hard work, a little bit of struggle. You know, that hustle. I appreciate that shit like a motherfucker. I like it. It keeps me on my toes.
It's really good.
50, I think about that a lot too, especially in my line of work, where I'd be at 50. I probably won't be doing what I'm doing now. You know, even now, like in the next couple years, I see myself making that move to upper management, doing that. But I still want to be active. You know, I don't want to be one of those people that are in higher management that don't get their hands dirty. I'm always gonna get my fucking hands dirty.
It feels good.
I'm always gonna put in the work, and I'm always gonna be there working, no matter what.
I like that. I actually really do like that. You know, over the recent years, you know, I haven't been in the past, not recent, more like past maybe couple years. I haven't really been doing much, you know, but I still go out there and like, you know, I sell cars. You know what I mean?
But you still.
you know, I mean, I buy them, I recondition them, I sell them, we finance them, we do all that crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at is that, you know what I mean, like, before I'd be washing them, I'd do everything. I'd buy it, I'd fix it, I'd clean it, I'd sell it, I'd finance it. You know what I mean? I did everything.
And you get a more of appreciation for the sale when you do that, huh?
Yeah, because you're like, damn, I put my heart in that, but
then eventually it gets to the point where you're like, you don't have to do this.
No, I haven't been doing it. And I feel like, damn, I feel like sometimes not even that appreciated. Like I'll sell like, you know, a couple cars,
it's not the same feeling, right?
And it's not the same feeling because I didn't physically put my heart in that.
It's that detail. It's that detail,
you know,
that you put into it.
I bought a car, for example. Let's say I bought 2 cars, 3 cars, whatever, right? and then I'm selling them and I don't feel anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I see the.
It's like you're just going
and
through
I'm making
emotions.
more money, but
You're just going through the motions of it, right? So
yeah,
that's my
just, it
thing
don't
right there.
feel,
Like
it
I don't want to be,
feel.
I don't want to get complacent with everything, with anything that I do, and I have been. I would say I have been, and I've been in those parts.
Yeah.
Like I would say like 4 or 5 years ago, I did get complacent. I did get lazy, and I did start losing focus on what I was doing. Even now, like even like the beginning of this quarantine, I did do that where I was like, well, not the quarantine, well, like the beginning of the shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going through motions. I started losing my focus on what I was really doing, you know.
Well,
And
to
then-
finish my thought, just for one
Sorry.
ramble off. But sometimes, you know, I'm like, you know what? It don't matter to me if it's cold or not, whatever. I feel like, damn, I'm very demanding. You know what?
Demanding.
You know what I mean? Yeah, demanding. And I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna take my bitch ass out there.
Yeah.
There's just some certain things that you want done that.
You have the eye for it, and you only
Yeah,
want it done
and
that
I don't even
way.
want nobody fucking it up because I'm gonna ask for it, and I'm gonna get questioned about it. Like, well, why are we gonna do this? Why are we gonna do that? You know what? Which honestly, maybe you'll teach somebody by them just watching you.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what
you
I
can
mean?
also do like what I try to do is, and it's something that I've had to learn through experience because there's been times where I haven't done this, and I've had employees that just are terrible because I haven't taken the time to teach them the way I want something and have it done that way instead of letting them do it the way they think I want it.
Yeah.
So I had to actually teach them how to do it the way I want it and what my expectations are, and then I get better results.
I mean, I
But
learned
that's-
from
but that-
somebody that was, you know,
But that's how you get. That's how you're able to sit
Yeah.
back and have the job done the way you want it, the way you would do it, and you're able to just, one less thing for you to worry about.
yeah.
You want to get to the point of leadership that the people that work for you are able to do what you want them to do without question. You know?
And that's what I would. That's my dream right there.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and so certain things I just do, you know.
Yeah.
People will ask me, "Oh, why are you doing that?" Well, it's just that I just wanted to do it,
I hate when people ask me that question. Why are
And-
you doing that?
and I'm just like, you know what? Like for example,
Because it needs to get done.
Yeah. So for example, like I wanted to clean the wheels off the Mercedes that I was driving, right? And nobody was cleaning them for me, right? So I was just like, I guess I want to clean this Mercedes, the wheels on it.
But you noticed that problem, right? So you noticed that.
Yeah. So
and you're
I
like,
go out there.
But you also
I go
thought-
out there and start cleaning it, right? And then I'm like, shit, the F-150, I just got it too. Let me clean the wheels on that. And let me get the wheels on this one. Because somebody else had cleaned it earlier. I didn't really like it. I'm like, let me clean that too. So I end up cleaning. I'm not washing cars. I just clean the wheels. Because I feel like when it goes to the car wash, they don't clean them good.
Hell no.
You know when it
they
goes
don't.
through?
They don't.
You know?
It's the last thing.
And I'm just like, at least let me get the wheels so if it does go to the car wash,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's going to look really good. You know what I mean? Then I could just put tire shine on it, whatever, you know? I try not to buy cars that really need a lot of attention, but sometimes they do. Maybe it's a unit or a vehicle, for me in my case, that it's hard to find, and I have to buy it even though it's dirty, even though I don't want to, but I buy it because I need it, you know? Because it's something I don't, it's hard to find unit. Well, so I'll go out there and I'll do, my own things, you know what I mean? I'll maybe see a car that needs a little touch-up paint. I'll go out there and do it.
So it's attention to detail that everybody else isn't paying attention
It's that little detail that I know will sell the vehicle.
Yeah, but if
that
nobody else is paying attention
but nobody
to
else is paying attention. Somebody else might be like, eh.
Yeah.
So I see that and I'm like, well, I could probably sell the car if I do this, and this. And it's crazy how it works because then maybe a couple of days later, bam, that car sells.
You know what? It goes back to a point of presentation. So how food, how you go to a nice restaurant, and it could be the same meal, like a burger. It could be a burger.
Okay.
Like you go to a gourmet burger spot, and you can go to like a good place that has good gourmet burgers, but it's a presentation that bumps that price up another $5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that presentation, it's that detail that bumps that burger up to another $5, and that's what people forget. People that don't have that eyesight or don't even have that that don't even think about that concept of if it looks better, it'll sell better, it'll be worth more. You know?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're selling something that, you know, it's up in the air, like, you know what I mean?
Anyway, though.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is that, you know, I have the choice not to do it, but I do it because I'm like, I want to get further, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I would love to have people that work with me. I don't want to say work for me, but work with me that will have the same eye I have.
But that's what I was telling you about.
And to be honest with you, I still haven't found that person. I have found people similar to me, but not like me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what,
you know
that's
what I mean?
what I was telling you earlier.
Like, I find people that are almost like me, meaning... The thing is that when I was in their position, meaning I was like a sales guy or whatever, I was still doing the same shit I'm doing now, or more.
But you had that. You know
what I mean? So, in other words, like, for example, my boss was like, probably like, fuck. This nigga,
no,
like, you know what I mean? He's catching little shit here and there. He's doing it. He's doing whatever. But I haven't found that yet.
But I think you gotta install that in people. So
no, because nobody installed it in me.
Yeah, but you see,
somebody did. It's just good work ethic.
Somebody did, because I didn't.
Yeah,
have that.
but not at that job.
But you probably somebody installed it in you that you probably didn't even notice they installed it. It was so such a small thing that you didn't even notice that you picked up. Just like tying your shoes or something. Like when you first tie your shoes, you're like, oh man, this is fucking tough. Why do I gotta do it this way? And then eventually, you can do it without even looking at your shoe. So when it comes to managing people or even being a leader, you know, you see a potential in somebody and they don't see it in themselves, or even then they do see it in themselves, but they don't see it they don't have the vision the way you have your vision, right? So you take that person under your wing and be like, and you just go up to them and be like, hey, I see you're doing this. You're doing a great job, but you know, maybe pay a little bit more detail to this. I bet you go a long way. And then they'll be like, all right, you know, it's like that's the way I would do it.
No, and that's the right way to approach.
That's the way I've done it when I was in your position. I mean, you know, I want you to, you know, you just build that in somebody.
Yeah, but some people either have it or don't. I've tried.
Yeah, you're exactly. You're
I've
right
tried,
about that.
Man.
You're right about that.
I fucking have tried, but you know what it is though? People look at a dollar sign.
Yeah.
How much am I gonna pay?
But I think I
ain't getting paid enough. Most people say.
But I think that the people. But that's where you see those people. You see the people that think about how much they're getting paid, and you think about the people. You see the people that are there to do a job.
Honestly, I think there's two types of people in this life. I feel like there are those because they both could be hardworking. Don't get me wrong. The difference is some people work for actual just paycheck.
People just go to work,
and some people work for opportunity. No. And I feel that I've always worked for opportunity because I feel that no amount of money is worth me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I know my worth, and I want to push that worth. So what I'm getting at is that, okay, well, I could sit here and be like, oh, that's not my job. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. You know what I mean? Or I could just do what they require me to. But what if I just went outside the box? I don't give a fuck how much you're paying me. This is what I'm worth. Because I feel I'm worth this, and I want to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. I don't give a fuck about what you're paying for me, because this is who I am. You know what I mean? And most people are brought up to just work for what you're getting in exchange for. You know, you might look at your boss like, I hate that motherfucker. But you know why you hate him? Because he does things...
He's pushing you?
No, not just that. He does things that you're not willing to do.
Yeah, he's pushing you, or... He's showing you a way that you're not willing to do, and you have aversion towards it because you're not trying to
do that.
You're not willing to grow.
So you think your boss got where he got because he just did the bare minimum, or he just did what he was paid to do? No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let's move on, man.
Yeah, we can.
I get it. I think we made our point, right? But how the fuck did we even start talking about? Oh, you're talking about me. I forgot.
Yeah, no. We were talking about jobs and.
Oh yeah.
It's good because this is learning, because believe it or not, our economy is very important.
Yeah, now it is.
You know what I mean? No, it's always been.
Yeah, but now it's more important than ever now.
Yeah.
Where
people should just not give a fuck about how much you're getting paid. Just fucking do the best you can, because the better you can, the better the fucking world you're gonna have.
You know what? I was thinking about the other day, and I heard this somewhere.
Nobody holds a gun to your head to go to work.
And I heard this somewhere where, you know, we've been as a country we've been through some hard times, and you say like like World War I or World War II, where World War II, where the women entered the workforce and they were building, like working in working in the industries, and they were making tanks and doing shit for the soldiers, you know,
because they were all fighting a war.
You know, and a big thing that I noticed now that we're going through this, as like, not even as a nation, but globally, that even though we are all together, it doesn't seem like people are making the same strives to improve shit. That same unity that we should have as a nation hasn't been there, and I don't know if it's because of our leadership as a president that hasn't got us there, or if it's because people are so self-involved in what they think is important, or the fact that people have been in the last couple of years just willing to protest anything that has split us up, or even drove in a wedge in between us, you know, as a nation.
Yeah.
So
I got something to answer your question.
So I was looking at it and I was like, you know, what is it that's driving that wedge in between us as a nation? What is it that hasn't made us all come together? There's been parts of this where we all come together, and you see those stupid commercials where people are banging on pots and shit, but that doesn't mean anything, you know. I mean, even now, I'll talk to some of my neighbors, but even then, you know, it's not like we're coming together. We're not doing anything to support each other. There has been some people that help the doctors and nurses that send food to them. There is people that look out for elderly people that live in their neighborhood and go buy them food, go shopping for them. But as a nation, I still feel like, man, everybody is distant. You know, like we're not together the way we should be, especially now in a situation that we are in now, a pandemic. You know, we should be more united than we are.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing here.
Go ahead.
It doesn't matter what president you have. It doesn't matter what type of workforce you have. It doesn't matter what situation the economy's in. If you work hard, you're gonna eventually succeed.
That's not what I was getting at.
What you're getting at is that people aren't working hard.
No, I said people aren't coming together.
Exactly, working hard to come together, but
not even working hard. It's just like people aren't.
People are doing the bare minimum.
They're not doing. They're not showing unity.
Let me ask you a quick question. Since the coronavirus happened, right? Since it actually became a thing, you know what I mean?
Back in February, January.
Yeah. Since it became, how many lazy people were just like, "Oh, great, this actually works to my benefit."
Stay home.
Yeah, I don't have to do not just to stay home. Anything in their life that they had to do, now they can't do it. So this is the difference. Because, see, certain people were like, well, fuck it. I can't go out right now. I definitely can't do what I had to do.
Right? I have seen people take advantage of the fact that...
No, they have. A lot of people have. Look at that unemployment.
Yeah, but that's what... When a lot of people went... Yeah, there was a big...
Look at companies that have made so much fucking money, but they still asking for not bailouts, but the fucking, you know, the Small Business Administration.
Business,
And they profited millions. In the millions.
Chris
Ruth profited over what, 300 million, 250?
Yeah,
and they asked for the fucking thing.
The fucked up thing about Chris Ruth is that that they didn't pay their employees. They used the money to stay afloat as a business.
Yeah, but that wasn't for that.
Yeah, so the whole rule, the whole guideline with that is the whole rules with that assistance with the businesses is that 70% of it was supposed to go to the employees, and the rest was supposed to go to
paying rent, whatever.
And then even then, rent has been, what has it been? Suspended, right?
To some people, to certain
companies, right? Certain businesses. Mm-hmm. But you know, everybody's gonna have their fucking
everybody cheated the system.
But what Cruz Risk did was just fucked up. There was a lot of businesses that when we first had the shutdown, that they automatically said we can't employ you guys. They fired a lot of people. They closed down the doors, and like if we stay open, we can't keep the business afloat. So they fired a lot of people.
Well, they furlough, meaning when the economy comes back, they're gonna hire them back on.
There is some businesses that said they would hire their people back, but there is other businesses that said that you would have to reapply. So that means that maybe if you weren't doing your job
exactly.
when you had
what I'm getting
job,
at
you're not
going to
get that.
Are benefiting, whether you're a business.
I get it.
You're benefiting off of a crisis.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. What I'm trying to tell you here is it don't matter. Like
so
you can progress in a situation like this or not.
So I get what you're saying. But like,
so
I get
it don't matter
now.
what president you have. It don't matter what situation you're on.
I guess it just became everybody was like for themselves. And the businesses were.
Yeah, and then on the side you might be like, "Oh, I did this for somebody."
So everybody felt like there was no unity.
There wasn't no unity.
But I feel like that
there was some.
But that came from.
But there could have been a lot more.
But that came from. Excuse me. Where did that come from? Right. So at the beginning of the coronavirus, where we were getting misinformation from China and then misinformation from everybody else that. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't contractable. It wasn't this. It wasn't that.
The problem is it wasn't here in the
then,
United States.
But
nobody gave a fuck. Even though it probably was, but
then we had our first case in Washington State back in February.
No, I think there was cases before that.
Yeah, I believe so too.
It's just that it just became known or aware.
I think it became an aggressive.
But it has to start somewhere.
Yeah,
even if there were in other states, it had to start somewhere. Supposedly.
Yeah. I think it just became more aggressive.
Because you as a reporter, you're going to say, I don't know where it came from, or you're going to say, oh no, Washington case had the first reported, cases. No, you're going to say facts.
But I think a lot of people probably died from the coronavirus, and before they even knew to look for it. People have
died and from fucking natural causes, and they blamed it on coronavirus.
Well, that's what the thing is now.
Go to those.
But that's what the death toll is now with the coronavirus. Is anybody that dies, they shot if they have the virus, so you could be asymptomatic and you could have had the virus or have the virus and show no symptoms and die off of something else. Say you got hit by a car, all right, I don't think like that. I'm thinking more like. But that's what I'm saying. That if that were to happen, they still chalk your death up to a COVID case.
That's crazy. But I'm thinking more like, okay, you died of natural causes, meaning.
But they don't play that. They don't do that unless you're
the world in general, meaning the people that think they're in charge of the world, right?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about not a specific country. They're playing everybody right now to see how the world reacts, because then they're going to collect data from that, and then they can control the world better by knowing how a disaster messes people up.
Did you see what China did?
Well, China's not accepting our money no more. Right?
No, but you see what China did where they have an app where they can see if you got sick or you got the virus, and they basically tracking you, controlling everything that you do. So if you did get the virus, and you can go anywhere, but if it says that you're sick or anything, they just see it and you're denied access to whatever. And
yeah, but they would only know if you went in.
But that shit, it violates your basic human rights.
No, everybody's privacy is not private. Let me tell you that right.
Yeah,
now.
but if you
second you use your phone.
But the moment we subscribe to an app or anything that would track our health, anything that we do like that, when we subscribe to something like that takes all our human rights away. Where we basically in a moment of panic and fear, we give our rights to the government to track us, to tell us yes or no, we can't do this, we can't do that because of the way.
You know why though, right?
That
we do it to ourselves. We pay taxes, correct?
But we're not doing that.
No.
If it ever comes to a point like that,
we pay taxes.
I stand against that.
So what happens is that the government has contracts. And you have to spend that money, right? And the thing is, how is it that, let's just say you open a Harris Teeter up, and you open the government at the same time. The government opens it, it opens 10 buildings at a time while you're opening one, because everything is in their favor.
I didn't understand that.
Okay, so
Fuck it, man. You know what? Let's move on. This shit has been way too serious for way
All
too
right,
long, and we haven't
you want to talk about your dog or
we
what?
haven't even introduced. This is HNM, y'all. Sorry for getting so serious.
No, it's not serious. It's just that
It's just shit that's going on now. But I don't want like. I think everybody's talking about what the fuck we're talking about, and everybody at home is talking about what the fuck we're talking about, and I think it's just it's draining.
look.
It's fatiguing. It gets to you. You know, it's mentally fatiguing.
I haven't let it actually get to me.
I did.
You know why I haven't let it get to me? Because I'm still going to work. I do appointment only, but I'm still going to work. I'm working here at my house doing big. Dude, I'm doing more shit than I ever got to do.
You have more free time.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I do, and I feel like I'm excelling so hard. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you can excel, or you could just sit there and not do anything.
In a time like this, yeah, when you had a time to do so, and you have
Some
the resources.
people aren't doing anything.
Yeah, some people don't have a choice not to do shit.
No, there's always a choice.
Some people that are depending on a fucking depending on a
I
job.
meet a lot of people. I have people that make $80,000,
yeah, but you
year.
meet people. You see
and they can.
the people that you meet. The people that you meet
are hardworking people.
on your lot. Yeah,
They're
those are
hardworking
people that
people.
are hardworking people that have had shit established, and they're able to go to your lot and buy a car.
Not all of them.
You're right about that, but majority of them are.
No, they're not.
But
You know what they're telling
But a
me?
lot of people now,
They're like, I'm not gonna sit here with my arms crossed. If I have a job, I need a pickup truck. Can you help me?
yeah.
I need this fucking car. I need to fucking travel.
But a lot of people,
I don't have a car. Matter of fact, I don't even know if something happens. I can't even transport myself.
okay,
I don't have any more money.
okay, but a lot of people, before all this shit started, were in a bad position, and when this shit happened, put them in a worse position. You know, so some people are just not in the position to strive or even get through this. Some people probably.
Let me tell you something right now.
Some,
And just check this out. So I had a professor in college, and we're talking about minimum wage, okay? And I know you're gonna be like, "What does this have to do?" But look,
I'll let you speak. Go ahead.
so what happened is that we made a calculation chart based on this person that makes minimum wage.
What's the minimum wage at the time?
I don't know. I think we did the calculation on 7 and some change.
$7.50 at the time. So
Yeah, at the time.
if that was back in 2008, 2009, the minimum wage was probably $7.50 or $8.50.
Well, like I said, I mean, let's just calculate at 750. So we calculated, right? Okay, this person don't have a car. This person pay rent. They need a uniform. They need to buy food. They have, let's just say, they have one kid, right? So after they get their deductions and everything, from the government, they actually are upside down, but they're working. So in other words, let's just say right now, you're in the same position
Yeah.
and you're making close to minimum wage or minimum wage.
But what if you're not even working right now?
Hmm?
What if you're not even working right now?
You're
minimum
collecting
wage?
unemployment.
But unemployment doesn't even,
No, unemployment's paying certain people around $600 a month right now.
depending on what their job is.
Yeah, but let's just say they get 500, right?
Depending on what their job
Yeah,
is.
but they're not. They're collecting unemployment. You saw that money being taken, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now they're collecting unemployment, but they don't have to pay for gas. They don't have to pay for metro. They don't have to pay for foods for their kids. I mean, you know what I mean? Because they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't have to pay for babysitter, childcare, which is one of the most expensive things you can pay. They're actually profiting by staying
From
home
unemployment.
because they don't have to go out. Believe it or not, the second you go out, you're spending money.
Yeah.
Whether it's gas, whether it's metro, whether it's food, whether it's childcare, uniform,
Well, the moment you make a decision to go out, you're
you're spending money. It don't matter. But the thing is, people are at home And if you collecting your unemployment, people are telling me they're actually saving money because their fucking childcare
Because
is through the roof.
they don't have no expenses right now.
Exactly, because their kids are at home, so they're not paying childcare. They're not paying, gasoline. They're not going on the metro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They're not doing a lot of the shit they used to do, to shortcut their life.
So basically, they're not paying expenses, and
they're still paying for food.
Yeah, they're paying
And if you have to pay for, some people are still paying for their rent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I'm getting at is that
you don't think the people that were in a bad position before are in a bad position now?
No.
You don't believe that?
No, and I feel like this was some type of test to see how we can do. In
an epidemic or in a bad situation where we have a country shut down.
Yeah.
You believe this was a test?
Yeah.
Or it proved to be a test, even though it wasn't meant to be a test.
Yeah.
It doesn't benefit us to be in a shutdown at all.
No, I understand.
As a country, it doesn't benefit us to be in a shutdown.
No, it does. How
does it benefit us to be in a shutdown?
Well, you want to know how if you're a country, you want to know how powerful you are with your economy shut down.
How?
You gotta understand. You gotta understand that.
Okay.
We live in the United States, correct?
Yes.
We can print as much money as we can, and at the end of the day, it's a debt.
We're on debt now.
I know,
so how does it benefit us?
But the United States have figured out how to work with debt.
Okay. And we can print out all the fucking money we want. We can give out these stimulus checks. It doesn't benefit us as a country, as a nation.
It's just to see what happens. Because you're gonna collect data from this.
Yeah, you're gonna collect data, but it should never
No, you're gonna collect data, and guess what? That data you collected, now you know what you're gonna do if shit goes south. Right? So you're gonna learn from this pandemic, right? If it were to ever happen again in your life 20 years from now, you're gonna have a good idea on what you're gonna do. Same thing in the country. The leaders. The leaders of this country.
Yeah. I get that.
And sometimes that is needed.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so if this happens to you in 10 years from now,
I get it, but
you're not gonna panic because you're gonna be like, you know what? I know exactly what I gotta do.
We've been in positions like this before,
Okay, but we're learning.
Not like this, where it's been like, it's like when we have no defenses against something like this, Not at the moment, but it's not benefit in the long run. I get what you're saying. In the long run, it's beneficial. Right now, in the moment, we're gonna have to come back from this. It's not beneficial for us to be shut down for this long. It's not beneficial for our economy to be shut down this long.
I understand that, but
I mean, the whole economy isn't shut down right now, but we're getting.
But it's crazy. Construction is strong as fuck right now.
I mean, we've been good right now as a retail as a store. We're good.
Let me tell you
our
something.
Profit was $564,000 this past month.
It's food, but check this out. Look, essential businesses are raking their money in. Petroleum, all that shit is making their money. Why? Because maybe not just petroleum, but petroleum is actually fucked up.
That's contracted.
Yeah. Okay. What moves do you...
So you think about construction, that's already contracted. The money's there. It was already there.
It was already there. Check this out, though. I mean, I fucked up by saying petroleum. It wasn't petroleum. Okay, so right now, the construction business is strong as fuck.
Yeah, but the money was there. The money, that was a contract. If they're doing... I've been going to DC and back, and that's just between, on my jobs. I've been going to DC and back, and the construction people are there. They're there because that was a contract that they got paid for already. Their jobs are secure. That company.
But what I'm saying
secured.
is that it was declared an essential business. So was the food market, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So check this out. Certain people are at home, right?
Yeah.
But the essential businesses are open. And you know those essential businesses are running the country right now.
They are.
And you know what the crazy part about it is? That guess what? The people that are most essential sometimes are people with no paper sometimes. They're not even collecting unemployment and all that crazy shit, but they're helping the country run.
I get that. I see what your point. And I don't even know how we got to this point.
No, because I had a guy this week tell me, shit, I'm over here risking myself to go to work because we're essential. And every week, another building shuts down because of the coronavirus. But if there's no coronavirus, we still have a job. You know what I mean?
Anyway, man.
What I'm getting at is that the essential is being used right now. It's holding the economy on a crippled fucking leg.
But that's why our economy didn't go to shit, because we deemed certain.
Because construction is one of the biggest fucking.
We deemed certain things essential.
It's one of the biggest things
we
right
deem
now keeping us alive.
The most essential shit is what keeps
grocery stores are keeping us alive.
The most essential shit is what drives our economy.
And
that's why they're deemed essential.
This is what's essential: a roof over your head and food, right? Those are the businesses
Dude,
that are open.
Can we get off of this? You want to continue talking about it? I get it. I get
what you're talking about. Your dog.
I don't want to talk about my dog. I was going to talk about the return of 6ix9ine.
Okay, well, who's protecting him?
So,
just because, I mean, I'm pretty sure he has to have some type of threats.
Of course.
You know?
So he got a what? Where was he at? Was he Rikers? What jail was he?
I have no idea. I don't really follow him like that.
So wherever he was at, right? So he got released like at the beginning of March, sometime around there, right? March, April.
Okay,
April.
a month ago, let's say.
2 months ago.
No, it was last month.
Was it last month?
We're in May now. Let's say a good solid
March. Let's say he's been out for 2 months. So he finally came out. He came out with he came out on Instagram Live, and then dropped his new video. What do you think about his new video?
I mean, it's classical 6ix9ine, meaning I can expect that. But in my head, I'm like, I mean, he's out of jail. For somebody that talks a lot of shit, and I'm pretty sure he would talk a lot of shit about a snitch, he's out. But I feel that certain people wanted him out because he was a little cash cow.
Of course.
You know?
But he gave up a lot of information on, what's it called? What the fuck gang was he always rapping about? Treyway?
Yeah, but you gotta look at it like this. So, you have a bigger gang, meaning, not even a bigger gang, you have a bigger organization, correct? Than Treyway, right? Yeah. And you're 50 Cent, alright? And you're like, huh, he snitched everybody
50
out.
50 Cent is gonna make hella money.
But if you're 50 Cent, you're like, huh.
50 cents?
50 Cent. Really?
That's what you said, 50 cents.
Okay, but I like to say it like that. I know it's 50 Cent. Okay, fucking Curtis Jackson here. Fucking asshole. Alright, look, check this out. Right. So he's just like, whoa, shit, Treyway? Shit. All those motherfuckers are in jail right now.
Fuck them.
There might be 1-2 motherfuckers that are crazy enough that are fucking around. But shit, I'm running an enterprise here. And I want to make money off this motherfucker. You know?
Hell yeah.
So you're like, you know what?
See profit where profit's at.
Yeah. So you know what? Take this. I don't give a fuck if you snitch. At the end of the day, I want dollar bills.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's a little cash cow, and he knows it. And he knows he's a puppet, but he don't want to be in jail. And he knows his organization can compete with an enterprise. So they're going to protect him. And why? Because they're going to make money off of him. Right? At the end of the day...
There's million to be made off that little motherfucker. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Because he's so controversial that everybody wants to see what the fuck happens to him. So, just like us talking about him right now, there's so many people that just want to see what the fuck is going to happen with him.
And I don't think nobody will really fuck with 50. Because, see, the thing is, 50 already made a little alliance.
I love 50.
And if you're not going to go to war with 50. because at the end of the day, he has an enterprise he's running.
Just
To him, he don't give a fuck who snitches
He
on.
said that he would never make a video or a song with him.
That's a different
But he just
story,
came-
but he still
yeah.
wants to make money.
No, but he said, hey, go business, call it what you want, but he still doesn't agree with him.
In other words, he's saying,
He called him a bitch or a punk when he was, talking to him.
Get on the mic, dude.
yeah, you gotta get in the mob. We're about to finish up. We're already 40 minutes in.
So, man, this nigga Hector had me talking about.
His dog.
No, bro. This nigga Hector had me talking about
Your holy socks.
Essential workers.
The essential workers for 30 minutes.
Your holy socks.
No, we didn't even talk about that.
Claws.
We're just talking about how essential workers right now are profiting. They're not going. So in other words, like, I'm just gonna run it down.
Go ahead,
Summary
go
why.
ahead. Tell him. I'm gonna go piss.
But it's not forever, though.
No, I get that, but I just feel like the country wants to know how. They want to play it out to see how it happens. You know what I mean? So if there was another pandemic or whatever, they want to know how they're going to be able to take care of it way better. You know what I mean? Because, for example, you 10 years from now, if a pandemic happens, you're going to be like, oh, whatever. I already been through one, so you know what to do, right?
Yeah, but it's different.
Yeah, but still, though, you have an idea.
Yeah, I mean, to survive.
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is, so I was telling Marv that back in college I had a class that we were talking about minimum wage and how at the end of the day the minimum wage worker actually ends up negative at the end of the month because they're paying for rent, they're paying for uniforms, they're paying for metro. Huh?
They're always behind the 8 ball.
Well, yeah, they're paying for so much. They're paying after they get taxed. They're paying for uniforms. They're paying for fucking gas or insurance if you have a car, metro, and whatever. You're paying for childcare. You're paying for your apartment. You're paying for whatever the fuck you're paying, right? So you're negative at the end, and people make it work because a lot of this is how the country runs is off credit. So somebody's gonna lend that person money. Like payday loans, credit cards, whatever it is. That's how they make the rest end meet. But what they do is they're indebting them for life, unless they can get out of that system. Now, what I'm saying is, right now, a lot of people they're not paying for childcare. If you're paying for rent, sometimes it's deferred. You're not paying for gas right now. You're not paying for a lot of things.
They're not cutting it off
Yeah,
if you don't pay.
they're not cutting it off if you don't pay. And at the end of the day, you're collecting your unemployment, so you're actually profiting right now. So what I'm trying to get at is that there's a difference, and people are gonna learn from this,
Yeah, I mean, everything is.
I'm so tired of this fucking subject.
That's cool.
When something like this happens, you're not to do but to learn.
I didn't.
No, I want to. You want to? Go.
Fucking this guy. All right, so. Oh man,
Can't read lips.
Lur.
Hey, I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna take a piss at them.
Hey Lur. So have you seen the Bulls docu series on ESPN?
Yeah, The Last Dance.
Dog, that shit is fucking good, right?
Yeah.
So
That shit bring back memories to me. I remember all that shit.
do you?
Yeah.
So
Not
how?
obviously when Michael Jordan.
Can you put a mic in a little bit closer?
Like not when Michael Jordan was like really in college per se, but I do remember him coming out of North Carolina, getting drafted by the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that shit.
I never knew, like, there's so much I didn't fucking know about how the Bulls organization even worked, like as far as the coaches went, as far as management went, the players, all this shit. Like, I remember the 90s, and I remember
Do you
Scottie
remember-
Pippen, I remember
the Bulls
Jordan.
winning championship, Michael Jordan winning
Yeah. I remember those. I remember Scottie Pippen, Rodman. But I never remember. But you see, the reason I remember, not even remember, but the reason I know that Rodman wasn't always on the Bulls team because I watched the 30 for 30 about the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thompson and all these motherfuckers and how they were the bad boys of the NBA and they used to fuck people up.
Uh-huh.
And I remember Rodman not being on the team, but then now watching it and like seeing how everything went down, I was like, fuck, that's crazy.
Robin was a fucking beast, man.
No, Rodman, and he still was,
Yeah, oh no, he was a beast, bro. I remember him rebounds
led the NBA.
And sharp passes. He would pass it quick.
Dog, a lot of those, like there's they show footage of them like Pippen throwing the throwing to Rodman, and then Rodman just like not even looking, just and right to Michael, and Michael just hitting them with that 2-pointer, 3-pointer, and it's like damn, like you really see how skilled they were and how precise they were and how they really practice every fucking thing.
But you know what? The whole team, bro. The whole team was always ready and came through in clutch. Almost like how the Lakers did when Shaq and Kobe. And then you had Rick Fox. You had the little short dude and shit. I forgot Derek Fisher. You know,
Fisher was fucking good.
Yeah. But he always clutched though. Those 3-pointers, just waiting in the cut. The Bulls. They had Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr, that motherfucker, white boy, just sitting like at the 3-point line in the corner, waiting for Michael Jordan to drive, and he'll just pass it to him. And
that's fucking crazy, bro.
Like always come through. You know?
Yeah.
So all the players were good. It was contagious, the winning environment that they had.
But the way that like the Bulls started off with Jordan, how they made him as the main player and the person that drove the team, and then when they had the coach, what's his name, Jerry? Phil Jackson. And he was like, you don't have to be that person that is always scoring. You don't have to be the head of this team. You can rely on your players. And how Scottie Pippen how he fucking just improved, how the whole team just improved. It's fucking inspiring, bro.
If it wasn't for Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan wouldn't be like as great as he is.
Hell no.
Scottie Pippen, man, that dude. He was like the second best player, probably. Like
he was, and the least
even
played.
now, he has to be like top 4.
He is. When they
and back then they didn't really use steroids like they do now. Mm-hmm. So that was all fucking talent.
Well, I mean
now it's just like they got an extra push. Some of them are using steroids.
Well, I mean you see the players now are way bigger and stronger.
Exactly, steroids.
But back then it's like they say, will LeBron James play? Or will he be as good as he is now if he played back then? You can kind of like go back and forth with that because you can never really tell. It's like saying, what if that person from that era comes to now? He will get demolished by all these big dudes. And shit, you know? But so it's like, No,
but you're playing in your time though, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah,
this is your time.
It was more physical.
But I think it was like more like where you're like. When the NBA was at that point was like fundamentals and all this and that, and then Michael Jordan came in the league and he changed. Like you could see how it changed, and you could see even with
but even before that, Magic Johnson.
That's what I was about to say. Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the whole Pistons fucking team.
Dude, think about all those good players that they had back in the day. Though you had Patrick Ewing, you had fucking
Charles Barkley,
Shaq. I mean, you had fucking what's the
Larry Bird,
Magic Johnson. I mean, you had
fucking Mosley,
Clyde Drexler. You remember him? Or Sean Kemp. I mean, you had dudes that were like,
fucking incredible.
Like crazy, man. Like,
but everything evolves. So when everything evolves, you evolve like LeBron James, fucking is like, well, not LeBron James, like Kobe is like a protege of Michael. Mm-hmm. So when he evolved. And then you think about that interview with him when he was saying like when I hate when people try to say how we do on 1-on-1. You can't ever do that because I'm an evolution of him. He taught me.
It's two different fucking eras.
No, but he taught him. So
it's still two different eras though.
You remember Hakeem Olajuwon?
Yeah.
Man, that motherfucker was bad, dog.
Shit. So but
the Kemba Mutombo.
But so.
You see a lot of shit, man.
So, but you see, but I love that documentary, man. It's like, fuck, it just brings you back to a point, like, man, like, I know Michael Jordan, I remember some games, but never in the way that they're showing in this documentary.
Well, we weren't that era, though.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, but that's how big, the documentary shows how big it really was.
Yeah. Like how much of an impact the NBA had on sports, the Olympics, on fucking everything, advertisements, shoes.
Well, you gotta understand.
I had a blue starter jacket.
And I'm glad you guys say this. You understand that people weren't on their phones on social media when these games were going on. Now it's different. Before, that game actually was a lot different. When you were watching that on TV, it was life and death. Like now, your ass is watching the game and texting and sending a message across the world and all this bullshit. And there's a difference though.
That's what
You miss a lot of.
That's what, like, the last year when he was saying, I don't know, like, when all the reporters were asking him, Michael, is this your last year? Michael, is this your last year? He was like, I don't know. It's, you know, he's like, it all depends. And then they showed the line of people waiting outside of the stadium. And within that first day, all season tickets were sold. Every season ticket was sold out. Like, all the tickets were sold out for that season.
It goes off this. Remember how businesses used to be word of mouth?
Yeah.
Now it's all social media.
Mm-hmm. That's true, because I went to a pie place like a year ago because somebody else said, I love pie, man. I love blueberry pie. I love fucking pie. Right, so like somebody posted up some shit about a pie place right here. Right up the street from you guys.
Yeah, across the bus.
I've never been.
Yeah,
Might have to get one from my mom. Are they still there?
Yeah. So I went over there. I was like,
are they still there?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they're doing carry out. Like,
so
Mother's Day Sunday.
But their pies are good. I've had better pie, but it's good for a home, like what is it, like artisanal pie? I don't fucking know, but it's good.
Acme pies, I don't know.
Yeah, they got some weird pies in there, but majority of them are good.
Yeah, well, white people love that shit.
But social media got me on there because somebody else posted about it. But that's like the social media word of mouth, you know.
And I know you guys probably already hit this about the corona already, but you guys heard it already about the Columbia Pike corridor, the zip code 22204, has the most cases, confirmed corona cases.
I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
The whole Virginia.
Where's that?
Well,
22204. This whole zip code.
Well, that's because it's across the street from DC, and how many people don't land in DCA? We have an airport here.
No, I know. No, but it's at Columbia Pike, not over there.
Well,
Columbia Pike.
look how many businesses are here on the 2204.
No, I know, but I'm just saying though, like.
So this strip,
you know what that means?
What about Clarendon and shit like that?
Well, they're closed.
There's no
closed.
bars open.
There's no bars open.
No, but they have restaurants that do the same thing here.
No,
but there's no
they're
bars.
actually closed though. Closed.
No, but they have restaurants that are open just to do carry out, just like they do here. For Cinco de Mayo, the lines out that motherfucker were long as a motherfucker all around the
And it still didn't compete with the 204.
But it's still over here. There's more cases.
So what do you think that?
You know what's crazy? It just goes to show that in all of Virginia, we might be living in the most expensive real estate. Cause think about it.
No, what do you think that drizzles down to?
No,
so
I'm saying how many people are coming here?
Relax.
It comes down to that there's a lot more people in this perimeter from here because a lot of DC contract jobs, you know, they have, and especially these government contractors, that's what they can afford all this shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And they're young, you know. Dude, everywhere you go, when it's a nice day yesterday.
Oh, it was
so
full.
many people out everywhere. 4 Mile Run,
dude.
You know, and a lot of them didn't even have masks on.
Dude, I went out yesterday.
So you combine all those people, you know, not listening or not doing their part. Other counties probably don't have as much people and don't have a lot of like places where it's crowded, where you know you go into run into people and shit like that. But still, it's like,
dude,
the numbers are way up over here.
Dude, when I got to DC yesterday, and I fucking got to like what's that shit? The monument. Dog, there was so many people out.
Damn.
Like a ton of fucking like it was normal traffic over there. People were just walking. People just laying on the grass, just hanging out. No social distancing, nothing.
But when
Everybody.
When the jets flew around the whole city, and there were so many people at the mall, the National Mall, in the big green area, like the grass. So many people, like.
Shit, my brother went over there to I think Haynes Point to go see that shit. I was like, dog.
How far is that?
Right over the bridge. Exit 4, 2, whatever. But
I never even knew that was gonna happen.
But you know what? My neighbor texted me, and my neighbor texted me that Saturn. She was like, "Hey, the bluebirds or the Blue Angels, whatever the fuck they're about to fly over at 11:55." So you didn't even have to fucking leave your house.
Nope.
They just flew over.
They showed the map where they were gonna go. Like,
you could have seen them from your home.
Turn all the way around.
That's people just saying, "Fuck it, we want to go out," and making an excuse to go out.
Yeah, they passed through here.
But you could have just.
They went right over our house.
Yeah.
You could have stayed at home and watched it.
Yeah.
But people were on highways.
I seen that shit.
That's because a lot of people get impatient, and there's a lot of people that think that this is.
The thing is, you gotta understand that a lot of people, especially in this county, a lot of people want to raise kids. So a lot of these people have kids, and they're stuck in the house, and their kids are probably like,
No, dude.
it's tough. It's tough.
No, I think it's
I
all
think it'll
the
be worse in the
single
ghettos
people.
than it is
It's
here.
all the single people that go out.
I think it would be worse if having kids in the ghetto or somewhere.
It's all single people that go out. The people that are out are the single people.
No, because you see kids out there too.
But
No, there's a lot of kids out there.
But it's not like how we think. But a lot of the people that are going out are the single people. You know, people that are just couples, no kids. It's those people. The people that have kids have been staying inside or have been in the parks,
I've seen
walking
a lot of
around
kids
tracks.
I've seen a lot of kids out. When I
Maybe
come home
around my area, it's a lot of people that stay in because I see them all the
What
time.
about at TJ? Do you see a lot of people when it's nice and everything?
I see people, but it's all single people
No, I'm
and
saying,
all.
is it crowded?
Yeah, it depends.
it is because I've
But
seen
it's
the
a lot
cops
of
tell
people-
to go home.
There's a lot of people walking around the tracks.
Do people playing soccer?
Soccer, yeah, no basketball. No, they got the courts shut down. The people in the tennis court are able to play because it's
Yeah.
distant. But as far as like basketball, anything like that, so the park is closed down.
So I mean, it's just it's gonna.
This is some questions.
But
I thought you said we didn't want to do this corona thing.
Yeah.
My bad.
I just wanted to know if y'all knew that was the Arlington, this 22204 zip code.
I don't know.
That's
That.
crazy.
It's on ArlingtonNow.com if y'all want to. Shout out to them. Maybe they want to hire me as a photographer for Arlington.
You should be a photographer for Arlington.
Yeah, I was looking to do that.
Why don't you just submit your pictures to a?
Go around taking pictures around.
Of Arlington, and
The
so you're
Arlington-
Arlington resident.
What's the newspaper we get? It's a local newspaper.
Arlington Now.
Yeah, Arlington Now.
That's what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
well, honestly, if you see an opportunity, go for it.
Yeah. I started doing some research.
All you gotta do is email them.
Your
Oh,
pictures.
I gotta get some pictures, submit some too.
No, I know you could go take pictures of everything
Yeah.
around here. Honestly, if you send it out 100 times, somebody's gonna call
Yeah.
you.
Just email that shit out 100
But the
times.
thing right now, I think they only have two photographers doing it.
Why don't you do it, bro?
You can take it over, dude.
And not even that. Like, not
You
taking
know
over,
Arlington probably better
just,
than
join
them.
the group. For now, get in there.
Anyway.
Well,
Hey, you know I had a weird fucking dream the other day? I kind of dream. I had a sex dream.
Of course. I was gonna say.
But I haven't had a sex dream that has
rhino pee.
that has been this real in a while, right? So, dude, I'm laying in a bed
Of course you were.
with a girl, but she's about to hook up with another dude. We're like at a party. I'm laying on one side of the bed. She's laying on the other side with the bed with a dude, and I can hear her, like making out with the dude. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like drunk as shit in my dream. And
Let me
then
suck his dick too. Come
and then I'm like fucked up, and then I can hear the dude fucking her, and then she's like, "What are you doing over here?" And she grabs my meat, starts jerking me off, and I'm like, "What the fuck?" In my dream, I'm like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "Come on." I guess the dude finished and left, and then I got on top. But then when I woke up, right, so as that shit's going on, like I'm actually, you know, when you wake up before you hit it in a dream.
It's happened to me, but not recently. But
Right, so you know that moment when you wake up right before you go in, and in this dream I went in, but then before I can bust a nut, I wake up and my hands is down my pants and I'm jacking myself. I woke up
and he's real because he's like dead eye looking at me,
Yeah,
like I'm
it's-
jacking
Like it
myself.
Dog.
happened. In
I-
a dream and in real life.
Yeah.
Dog,
I mean, he's
woke
getting
up.
his meat stroked by himself.
But I'm like, what the? I wake up and I'm jacked. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I was so pissed, bro. I was so
Did you want to
blown.
go back in the dream?
There was no point. I already knew that that I'm not going in.
He had come already.
No, there's no point, cause I knew the moment I woke up and my hands were down my pants, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm not gonna. There's no way I'm going in this room. I already know what reality is. I'm not gonna go back in my dream and continue to jack off in my dream. You know what I mean? Sorry. A little bit of light, a little bit of embarrassing.
Be like, that's when your son was like, okay, I better turn this off.
A little bit of embarrassing humor on my point. Go ahead, Lur. Let's do your questions.
Damn.
Chill out, COVID. What the fuck?
I'm getting allergy medicine today.
There's no. You haven't even been out.
I have some Surtec.
Oh yeah, there's some.
You want one right now?
Let's do the questions first.
Let's do the questions and I'll take it after. No, I ran out. I'm getting some tomorrow.
What will you say right before dying?
I'm a fucking man.
That's really?
Yeah.
I don't want to go or some shit like that. Nah, I think I. How are you dying though?
No, just you dying. When you know you're.
No, I'm dying.
I'll probably be funny. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to take it serious.
I'll be like, oh yeah.
I'll be like,
quick, give me a Lagunitas.
I'll be like,
Will
don't.
somebody give me a line?
I'll be like,
wake me back up.
Fuck it, dude. I mean, why dread it?
Give me one of them rhino pills.
Nah, I'll be like, don't forget about the gold eye.
So they said, I would tell my friends bury Heaton Treasure.
That's what I just
I
said.
didn't really, but just tell them anyway.
That's what I just said. I was like, don't forget about the gold eye.
Girls have ass and titties. What do guys have?
Dick.
And what?
Dick and balls? Oh.
Dick and balls?
When a girl has ass and titties.
Dick and humor?
Well, is it physical or can it be?
What? I don't know.
I said dick and humor.
Girls have like I'm guessing is.
Well,
Those are
how about this?
pleasurable-
Dick
those
and
are
hands,
pleasurable
because we
things.
do use our hands a lot
Oh, yeah.
to grab the ass. Do
No,
all-
dick and tongue like Terry Crews is.
I say
White
tongue and
chick.
humor or hands and humor.
I'll do dick and hands.
I say tongue and humor.
I say dick and no, because his dick is the first one.
Oh yeah.
I'll do dick and hands.
I do dick and tongue.
Either or.
All right.
You what?
I said dick and
Either
humor.
or is fine.
Dick and humor.
No, take the humor out. Dick's already one of them. So either you use your hands or your
Dick and tongue, I guess. Then damn.
No, dick is already one. Either dick, you can use you could do hands and tongue. Dick's already part of it. You said. All right, whatever.
All right, tongue and hands. Like, yeah.
No, whatever. Next
Tongue,
one, Lur.
fuck you.
The nigga's thinking too much.
A wife refused to attend her husband's burial.
Yeah, burial.
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 Because he died during sex with another woman. Is she right or wrong?
She wrong as shit.
No, she's down. She's down.
You gotta go to that grave, spit on his grave, and then piss on that shit. And then when everybody leaves, she gotta get fucked by her side nigga on the top of that nigga's grave. Like, fuck you. And have that nigga come on his grave.
All right, next question.
That's what I do.
When you're okay. Yeah.
If I had my wife cheating on me.
Let's see. Do boys cry over girls?
For sure.
Depending.
I think you cry like the first couple days, and then you're like, all right.
What the fuck is that?
Some tape from the window because it's windy as fuck outside.
All right.
Well, let's end it then. This has been HNM and Marv.
And-
You's a crazy motherfucker.
Don't forget to vote